Anyway, welcome again, ladies and gentlemen. Right? Recently, democratic socialism has been the talk of the town, and the product, the results of the use of democratic socialism was free education, free healthcare, and all of these things. But this young lady here that I had posted or reposted her video on my TikTok and also on my YouTube short was on Andre's show. And I didn't get to hear what she had to say. I just know that she was. So I want to tap into this. Let's go.
Father go to the hospital at KPH
He went there last week, Monday.
last week, Monday. When was he admitted?
He was admitted last week, Monday.
Last week, Monday. And
Mhm.
what you said, you were saying something about he was on a chair. Tell us about that.
He was in a wheelchair when he got admitted. There was no bed that was available. So he was placed in a wheelchair.
There was no bed available, placed in a wheelchair, and he went in with a minor stroke.
Correct.
What happened after that?
So after he was placed in the wheelchair, there was still no proper medical attention that was given. Because to
Mhm.
them, a minor stroke was not that important for him
Important.
to get any
Bed.
attention at the moment.
Mm.
Right? When he got there, as I said before, he was talking, he was walking,
Oh.
right? So the only thing was that he was a bit confused. That was the only thing.
So he was a little bit out of it.
Confused.
Mhm.
Right.
So
So
what happened after that?
so after that situation, my mom was there waiting with him and stuff like that. She was
Mhm.
told that she could not spend the night with him. She would have to leave. Right? So she left. Right? So she left. Of course, and then she visited the next day. They were still waiting to get a bed. There was still no bed that was available.
Mhm. So there was
Right.
no bed available come Tuesday for him.
Right.
Okay.
hmm
When did your father actually eventually get a bed?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Right.
So it took him 2 days to get a bed.
Correct.
After he got the bed, what happened?
So after he got the bed, he was there. I spoke with him the Wednesday morning. He was there talking to me. My niece was told that she could not be on her phone making a video call, but I saw him. He was, his face was plumped and everything. It was looking okay,
Mm-hmm.
as he normally would. But as I said, he was just a bit out of it. That
A
was it.
bit out of it. Okay.
Right. So the Thursday, my mom went there. She feed him, gave him fruits and stuff like that, get him all cleaned up.
Mm-hmm.
I spoke with him on the phone, you know, and he was saying that he wasn't in any pain or anything like that.
So he stayed in the wheelchair for 2 days
Right.
and eventually got a bed on the Wednesday.
Right.
What happened from the Wednesday?
So from the Wednesday is when he had the seizure. No, when he had the seizure, my mom came there the Wednesday morning. And that's when a patient called her over and said to her, that your husband had two seizures, right? So she was like, what? And he
Mm.
was there explaining to her that he got the two seizures.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when she went to the nurse, I
Yes.
think she said the nurse and the doctor to ask him what happened. She said the doctor told her, did you get that information from a nurse or from a doctor?
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's when she started trying to get answers to say, what's going on? What's the update? Right?
Mm-hmm.
The doctor told her that she was busy at the moment and she was not able to pull his docket to give her any information.
Mighty God. So nobody
Right.
was willing to give her the information about your father.
No. They told her that they were busy and whenever they get the chance, then they will give her the information.
Mm.
So
Wow.
there was no update that was given if he actually had a seizure or whatever. No. However, come to
Mm-hmm.
find out that it wasn't a seizure, it was actually another stroke that he got.
Mighty God.
Yeah.
And nobody was willing to give your mother this information.
No.
So
So
after
the
he
nurse
got the
was
second
telling her
stroke.
that she's
Mm-hmm.
trying to get home.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not the nurse, the doctor was telling her that she needs to leave there by a certain time and she's trying to get her job done. Yeah.
Wow.
hmm
So after he got the second stroke, what really happened?
So after he got the second stroke, right, there was a CT scan because at this point they're saying that they need to do a CT scan to see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she was also told that there are other persons that are in line. So it's going to take a while to get the CT scan done. She, she went on to ask if it is that she could get it done outside. of KPH. They told her that she would have to basically check him out, give him a self discharge to
Yes.
get that scan done, and then check him back in.
So then
That's
what,
what
they
she
should
was
have to
told.
check him out, then check him back in.
Right.
So that means that by the time you check him back in, I'm going to get another bed again.
Right.
Mighty God.
So he would have to go over that process all over again because that's what they told him. So she would have to self discharge, saying that she's discharging him from the hospital to go ahead and get that CT scan done and then come back and register him.
Mm. So basically, nobody was looking at your father.
No, there was no proper treatment that was given.
So what did that lead to? When did your father actually pass off?
So my father actually passed the Sunday, right?
So
When
what
he
happened
passed,
between the window of Wednesday to Sunday?
she went there. She said, I think when she went there, was it Friday? I don't remember when, but they were
Mm-hmm.
saying that, I guess the situation was deteriorating,
Yes.
and he had to get tube feeding,
Mm-hmm.
right? So he was getting feed through a tube.
Yes.
She was told that he ripped out the tube, so therefore they had to restrain him to the bed. So she went one day and both hands were restrained to the bed, right?
Mm.
That's when they informed her that he had pulled out the tube, so therefore they had to
So pulled out the tube and what?
they had to restrain his hands
And they
because he
restrained
pulled
him.
out the tube.
And then what happened after that?
Then after that, she said that, they gave him some meds. I don't remember all of the meds. However, we asked to get a list of the meds that he was taking. Based on the meds that he was taking, like, it made him extremely drowsy. He was sleepy. So every time she got there, basically, he was sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
So as I said, she was still trying to get an update as to what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Every time the nurses are
And she
busy,
was
doctors
literally
are
getting,
busy.
she wasn't getting much updates.
Right. No update. So there was no update to say this was going on or that was going on. None.
So no update and basically not really I get much care.
Right.
Wow.
So he naturally died in his sleep or what? What happened?
We are yet to know. That's the information we don't know.
Wow.
We don't
So you
know.
feel you feel hurt to know that your father was in the care of KPH and you really don't know if KPH did anything much to save him.
Right. Because we were told that he passed 9 p.m. Sunday, right? My mom went and visited him Sunday. Visiting hours was up at I think 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So they told her when she went there to visit him, visiting hours was what 11 a.m. That's when she was advised that he passed. So there was no phone call,
So
no
nobody not call
communication, nothing.
backside. So nobody not call your mother and said to her,
Nope. She
Mrs.
just got there and the bed was empty. That was it.
Bed empty and nobody said. So is how she found out that her husband
Right. So when she
transitioned?
went there and the bed is empty, she went to
Mighty
the
God.
nurse to ask what happened. They
You know what's crazy, guys? This particular reality that she's actually describing is it's not new under the Jamaica Labour Party government. We have had other similar situations here. You remember the brother and the sister that came, I think it was a year and a half ago, and their father or their mother died. And they got a call from the dead house, not the hospital. They got a call from the dead house that their mother died. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. It's very. It lacks empathy, it lacks professionalism, it lacks humanity. It's inhumane the way they're going about things nowadays. It's unfortunately it's not shocking because we have become numb to the regularity of these types of situations under this government. It is truly sad. And you never know when it's gonna be your loved one. Today for this person, tomorrow for you. So, mighty God.
advise her to take a seat. They will come and talk to her shortly.
Courtney, they are tell me where you said the same thing to your father. So them just take up your father and just carry him gone at the funeral home.
No, after they have her there waiting, trying to get answers, right? she got Gigi and she started to ask, what's going on? Where's my husband? That's when they apologized and told her, oh, sorry, he passed. So she was like, why did I not receive a phone call? She said one of the nurses turned to either the nurse or the doctor, I don't want to lie, turned to her and said, it was 9 p.m. Should we
Mm.
call you at 9 p.m.?
What?
Yes.
The nurse said it was 9 p.m. Should she have called you at 9 p.m.?
Yeah.
Hear them something. Hear the attitude that comes. I'm telling you something. People, as I said before, under democratic socialism, these things weren't happening. The health care reality was improving under democratic socialism. It was not getting worse. And the record showed, the data showed that it is getting worse than those times before. The likelihood of a mother losing her child in childbirth in Jamaica, that has increased. These are the harsh realities. So Head Boy was on the program, and I was happy that I caught a snippet of it. I want to add it to this because we are talking about democratic socialism, and one of the ways it affects us is through, with education, human rights, dignity, all those things. Amen.
They're coming in their numbers. That. You remember when I said to him free education? He was a fake star. I tell you the schools are ready come September morning. And then I'm going to put out the pretty story in Canada, Courtney. A lot of Canadians can. Neville Martin sang My Father Barney. Be not telling the story of the Butte the Butte. You have to come over my YouTube channel to hear something them. And then I come back on this. But I'm going to play tonight. I am going to be debating them.
Democratic socialism.
That we got going back there.
That democratic fundamental.
You. That make Courtney the economy scream. So when wholeness is going to come to you and tell you that we got going back there. Hello, good night.
What's up?
There's
a fundamental component I want the Jamaican people to know. That democratic socialism never become a threat to Seaga and his goons. Till Michael Manley came with a policy which was called corporate. Most of the companies before were called British West Indies. So what Michael Manley did in 1996, he said, no, you can't have the people who are working in them big company and don't have employee shareholdership. And that's how employee shareholdership was introduced. That was what created the violence, because the ordinary little dirty foot boy from downtown, if he worked in Grace Kennedy or he worked in any major company with the name British West Indies at the time, he could become a shareholder. If you use a perfect example, use Comrade Mark Golding, our party president. When he and his crew formed DB&G, Darren Bunting and Golding, when they sold it to Scotiabank, every single employee, including the lady who swept the floor,
yes,
she was a six-figure millionaire leaving DB&G when they sold the company because they had used employee shareholdership. The masses never had any problem with Michael.
Jamaica, how many of us do that? Because I did. So under democratic socialism, we actually had better healthcare, better education, and it fixed a fundamental problem of capitalists taking advantage of their workers. And it gave the workers, an opportunity to have a small catch on the table. Because if they can have shares in the company and the company is sold, that's a huge, you talk about you going into six figures, that's life changing. I didn't know this. And Mark Golding, as a matter of fact, his company. Hey man, listen man. The more I learn about Marky G and the People's National Party, the more impressed I am, to be quite honest with you.
if you use a perfect example, use Comrade Mark Golding, and our party president. When he and his crew formed DB&G, Deering Bunting and Golding, when they sold it to Scotiabank, every single employee, including the lady who swept the floor,
Yes.
she was a six-figure millionaire leaving DB&G when they sold the company because they had used employee share ownership. The masses never had any problem with Michael until he said, no, you have to give the people land,
Yes.
and you have to give the people a stake in the companies that they work for. And that is why democratic socialism was hated by them.
Yes.
But show us the success of capitalism in Jamaica, and we will support it. But until they're able to show us it, we'll never support capitalism. Long live democratic socialism. Long live Michael Manley. And imagine a banker named Mark Jefferson Golding is now pushing socialism. Glory to socialism. Glory. It's a wonderful project that we must complete in Jamaica. I leave you with those words.
All right, sir. Let's
Sorry about that. Thank you so much, Splash Digi. I was saying that, let me go back, because I thought you guys were hearing me. I froze? No, I was on mute. I was saying that please go ahead and go over to PDTV News Jamaica. Alright, subscribe and check out the full length of the live stream that I just took a look at. Alright? Yeah, man. I was reading Colleen's comment. Colleen says that a past work of Mark Golding came out and told the public that Mark Golding gave him millions and had a scholarship to send his children to university. I really need you to send me that. Thank you guys for the quick update about my mic being muted. Sorry about that. But I need that clip, that video, okay, Colleen? Please and thanks. What I was saying is, ladies and gentlemen, there are several different things you can look to. No system is perfect. None is perfect. There's things that under democratic socialism can be tweaked. You understand? And given that it's tried and tested and we have seen many benefits, to add those tweaks, it's no problem. In this modern era, it's truly no problem. We see where Singapore, where them others are talking about, I give the people them thousands of US dollars to have children, but we have Christopher Tufton and walk up on the street, talking about dildos and all type of thing and roses and one and pleasuring oneself and all of these things. While we have the young lady and others is losing their fathers and their loved ones in the hospital because there's no bed. There's not enough equipment. The workers are overworked and they're frustrated and they're taking it out on the customers, which are actually persons that are vulnerable and sick. And then there's no empathy and no sympathy. The loved ones are feeling it as well when they go to check up on their loved ones. It's insensitive, it's inhumane, and it is evil. And I'm telling you, I'm not asking you. Under democratic socialism, it was never this bad. It was never this bad, ladies and gentlemen. It truly was. And I have to say shout out to Mystic Sensation for that masterclass of a live stream that he did on democratic socialism. You understand? Real talk. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. Like, share, and subscribe.